Hello Logan V Raiders, I'm Dustin Seeley and I'm going to show you squat progressions. The squat is an important lift for all athletes, so it is very important that it's taught and done correctly. One common thing that I see with squatters who aren't taught correctly is their weight stays on the front of their feet and making their knees go forward, go over their toes and go forward, putting a lot of stress on the knee joints. So this is what it looks like when a squatter who's taught incorrectly. They go like this, see how my knees are going forward, and toes, heels are off the ground, and they start to cave in, and their knees start to cave in, and then they struggle to press it up. And those are the people who complain about their knees hurting and their back hurting. Someone who's taught correctly, they are taught to get their weight back, their hips back, and the weight in their heels, because that activates your quads, your hamstrings, and your glute, and that's what we want. So this is a proper squat form. See, my hips are back, weight is on my heels, I'm going down, my knees are behind my toes, and I'm squatting up smoothly. So what we do to teach the proper way, first we give them a PVC pipe and a box. And I have students step away from the box, so they're going to have to reach back with their butt to touch the box. Also, this box allows them to see how far apart their feet should be. So their feet should be about even with the box, shoulder width, or maybe for the taller students, a little wider, and their toes should be pointed out about 30 degrees. This is going to prevent kids' knees from caving in. So I'll get a student like this, in this position, a box about a foot away or so, holding the bar in the meat of the back, not up too high, because again, it's going to make it cave over. So the meat in the back, bench press grip on the bar, and they're going to reach their butt back so they can touch the box. And then they're going to press up. And when students are doing this, I'm looking at their weight and at their hips. First, I want their hips to go back, and this is going to automatically put more weight on their heels. But when they're ascending upward, they want to keep that weight there so they're not putting on their toes like this and then falling forward. They want to stay back and press up. And some students I even have show me that their toes are lifted up off the ground. So it would look like this. Just to exaggerate it a little bit. Once students can do that, I have them get away from the box. Look at their stance. Shoulder width are a little bit wider. Toes pointed out slightly 30 degrees. Bar in the meat of the back, meat of the shoulders. And then I have them squat. Again, looking at their hips and their heels. So I'm looking at their hips. Are they going back? And then up. Back. And then up. Now if we get students doing this, after doing the box, the wrong way again, like this, they will just go back to the box and have them practice transferring the weight back. Once the student can properly do it without the box, then we move to the bar. Once we get to the bar, we bring the box set it just inside of the rack. Have the students get under the bar. The bar should be about mid-chest height on the student. So for me, this is about right. So I'm going to get underneath, put the bar in the meat of my shoulders, bench press grip, eyes forward. Now I'm going to stand far enough in front of the box that I'm going to have to reach to touch it. So I'm going to reach, back, and here. Reach. And sometimes I even allow students to sit down on the box so they can position themselves so they can press through their heels. And up. Again, if I was doing this wrong, it would look like I was standing under the box where I didn't have to reach, and I'd go down. Look at all the pressure on my knees. So we scoot them up so they can press up with their heels and not their toes. Once a student can properly use a barbell and transfer his weight back to the box, then we get rid of the box and perform the regular squat lift. Again, so that would look feet, and the stance is very important because students who get, especially tall students who get narrow stance, their stance can set them up for their knees to cave in and make it harder for them to get their weight back. So a wider stance is always better. Toes got to be pointed out, reaching back, weight on the heels, and they're on the way up, they are pressing their knees out. Because a lot of beginners will get down like this, and then on the way up, with the weight load, their knees start to cave in. So it's very important that their knees are always pressing outward on the way up. So again, weight back, hips even with my knees, eyes forward, and up.